Yo, yo, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good, and welcome to episode 8 of the Notebook Podcast. And I'm back. It has been a long while since I've posted an episode, longer than I would like to have been, but I'm back. But be honest, I did make an episode 8 beforehand, maybe a couple weeks ago, but I just didn't like the quality of the episode and the energy was 100% off and I wanted to give out something that I'm proud of, so I scrapped it. So this is attempt 2 of episode 8 and we have a lot to talk about. The NBA playoffs has started, the MLB season is in full swing, and yeah, we have a little rumors, everything like that. So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's start with the biggest topic we have, and that is the NBA playoffs. And yesterday was the first official games that were non-playing real NBA playoff games, and they all did not disappoint. Besides one, the Celtics Hawks game was absolutely terrible. That season isn't. That series isn't going to be close. The Celtics are going to dog walk those boys, and yeah, you could see the clear difference in talent in those two teams. But other than that, let's get right into the first game of the slate that we had, and it was Sixers Nets. And Mikal Bridges, since going to the Nets, has really come into his own, and it really showed in game one. He was going shot for shot with one of the best shot makers and shot creators in the NBA, and James Harden and Joel Embiid, the MVP of the league, and really kept the Nets in that game. He really showed potential of that he could be a really great player for a good long time. I know he's like 28, 29, but he's really coming to his own with the Nets, and as being the best player of that team, he's really shown that he can do that with the Nets. And I don't think they win that series at all. I don't really think they beat the Sixers, but I'm really impressed with Mikal Bridges and how he's played since coming to the Nets and what he's done in game one. But speaking of the Sixers, Joel Embiid didn't have his best game, but James Harden really stepped up. I was really impressed with James Harden. Embiid had a really off night in terms of his in the standard that we hold him to. It was considered an off night, and Harden really came into his own, and players really stepped up as well. The role players really stepped up. Maxey, DeAndre Melton really stepped up, or DeAnthony Melton. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his first name. PJ Tucker played all right. But yeah, they really stepped up. That whole team played well, and they played good enough to win. Not too much to talk about in that game. Nothing really crazy going on there. But the next game after that was a Hawks Celtics game. Not really much to talk about. Jaylen Brown, it looked like he got hurt after I think he cut himself on a vase a couple weeks ago, and apparently he said the stitches opened up, so he had a problem during the game. But he played well, so I don't think it's too much of a concern if I were a Celtics fan. Uh, yeah, but they pretty much blew him out. I mean, the Hawks tried to make a comeback at the end, but it did not fully transpire, and they got smacked by the Celtics. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I don't think this series is going to be anything close. I don't think the Hawks have enough talent to go shy for shy with the Celtics, and yeah, I think the Celtics are going to move on quite easily. But let's talk about the next game, and I think was the most interesting game because it was more of a chess match. Was this Cavaliers and Knicks? Man, that game was actually really good. I watched cover to cover that game, and I'm gonna be honest, man. The Shetty Osman Jalen Brunson experiment needs to go away. Like, never do that again because Jalen Brunson every time down the court was looking for that matchup, and when he got that matchup, it was easy pickings, bro. Jalen Brunson is a beast. Jalen Brunson is a beast, and he showed Mavericks fans why they miss him and why they should miss him because when that fourth quarter came around, he wanted the ball every time. He knew Julius Randle was playing on a bum ankle. He knew RJ Barrett's shot wasn't falling. And I'll give my props to Josh Hart. He hit a big 3-pointer with the shot clock running down. That was an insane shot. I did not expect that to go in, but he hit that. But fourth quarter was all Jalen Brunson, man. It was all Jalen Brunson in terms of the Knicks. He did his thing, and he really is the leader of that team without even playing for that team a whole year. He's the leader of that team, and it showed because when they needed a bucket, they went to Jalen Brunson. And I understand that Julius Randle isn't 100%, but Jalen Brunson was the best player on that court. And I will say it. Jalen Brunson was the best player on that court in that game. And yeah, he really impressed me with his play. And he impressed me with his play the entire year. But he really kept it going in the playoffs. And yeah, I'm really shocked. And good for him. But in terms of the Cavs, man, Evan Mobley, bro. Evan Mobley was getting absolutely bitched by Julius Randle on the rebounds, man. That's why they lost the game, is because they couldn't rebound. The amount of second chance options the Knicks got in the fourth quarter is ridiculous. And for Evan Mobley to getting boxed out by Julius Randle, getting manhandled under the basket by Julius Randle is absolutely ridiculous. And Julius Randle's only got one good ankle. And he's out here pushing into Mobley's back, getting offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. Like, it's crazy. Evan Mobley, I expected more. I really did. I expected a lot more from you. And he really did not come through. And I'm quite disappointed with his play. And I really thought he would show up. But Darius Garland played all right. Donovan Mitchell had a good game. But yeah, defensively, they need to play a lot better. And they need to figure out a matchup that neutralizes Jalen Brunson, because as of right now, Cedi Osman is not that. Cedi Osman's a decent player. He hit a couple threes, but he's not that guy to guard Jalen Brunson the entire game, bro. It's just not it. And you got to go to the drawing board and figure out something. Maybe you throw different bodies at him all throughout the game. But the Cedi Osman matchup in the fourth quarter that they were pretty much allowing, he was picking him up at half court. So why is that the matchup when it continually did not work the entire game? I don't understand. And I think that lost them the game as well. Their defense in the fourth quarter was not that good. It was not as good. For one of the best defenses in the NBA, it got absolutely blistered in the fourth quarter. So I think there's a lot that the Cavs need to fix. But for them to play as bad as they did in the second half and still be in that game the entire time really speaks volumes to how good they can be and how the series can change. So I think they have potential for the rest of the series, but they need to figure it out. They need to figure some things out. Donovan Mitchell can't be doing it all on offense, and Cedi Osman should not be guarding Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks have a lot to clean up as well. RJ Barrett needs you to come through, bro, because RJ Barrett played absolutely terrible on the offensive end. Julius Randle, I'm gonna cut him some slack. He's playing on a bum ankle. I didn't think he'd even play for the beginning of this series, and he's somehow suited up. So you can see he was limping before the game. So yeah, he's playing not 100%, and he played a pretty decent game. Like, I'm not even gonna rip on him. He played a pretty decent game for someone who's injured, clearly. So yeah, I give him his props. And he actually cooked Mobley down low, and he's one of the strongest players in the NBA as you looking at his body frame and clearly in his play or the way he plays. He's one of the strongest players in the NBA, and he showed Evan Mobley that I'm a beast. So he was throwing him around and all that. So yeah, I'll give Julius Randle his props. But yeah, I think this series is very interesting. I think it's going to be more of a chess match than what we had at the later game, the Warriors Kings, which I'll talk about later. I think that's more of a heavyweight battle of just going back and forth offensively. But yeah, I think this series is more of a chess match, and I think it's gonna come down to coaching and the lineups. Tibbs is notorious for his weird lineups, but yeah, I think it's gonna come down to the lineups. I think it's come down to defense, and I think it's going to come down to turns the ball over less and who grabs more rebounds, because the Knicks won that battle yesterday, and we'll see what happens. I think they play either tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, Knicks got the dub. Good for them. And yeah, let's see what they do in game 2. But yeah, let's talk about the next game, and my favorite game, and I think is going to be the best game of the entire first round, and that is Warriors Kings. Man, that was a great game. You know, Domantas Sabonis did not have a good game at all, and you know who stepped up? De'Aaron Fox. In the second half, I think he had a good 30 something points. I think he had like 10 points going into halftime, and he absolutely caught fire in the second half, and he led the team to a win. Domantas Sabonis couldn't do a damn thing on offense. He was grabbing rebounds and stuff, but in terms of his offensive game, even in the paint, he was missing layups and stuff. So they really did not play well. And you know, I'll give his credit too. Is Trey Lyles, man. Trey Lyles did his thing. Domantas Sabonis having a bad game, and he truly stepped up and showed why he is a very underrated player, and he can knock down some shots. He can hit some shots for a big man. I was really impressed with him. But with the Warriors, you know, Jordan Poole, he played all right. Andrew Wiggins had a pretty good game, but damn, bro, you got to hit that three. You got to hit that three. There is no way you're wide open in the corner. No one even near you. Your feet are set, and you brick that, man. I was actually so annoyed that he missed that shot. And I can't be that mad because he did play well. He had a good game. So, you know, it's just an unfortunate miss. But, man, that game, not too much offense in the first half. But in the second half, it was an all offensive game. And Curry had a really good game. I feel like he sat for a little bit too long in that fourth quarter. But, yeah, I think he should have played the entire fourth quarter like he has in the regular season. So, yeah, I think he should have played the whole time. But, yeah, he had a really good game. I think he had like 30 points. Klay Thompson had a really good game. I think he could have played a little bit better. He missed a couple open shots. But, yeah, he had a good game. Draymond did Draymond things, you know. The funniest part of the game was the last possession. Is I think De'Aaron missed a free throw, and Draymond just like tackles Domantas Sabonis and then lays on top of him right in front of the ref. The ref is staring at he's not even watching the final 10 seconds of the game. He's watching Draymond and Sabonis fight under the basket. That was hilarious to watch. But yeah, those dudes are fighting under the basket while the game's going on and the final possession is there. And people were shitting on Curry for his final shot, his little, like, I don't know, 3-point floater or whatever that was. Like, you know, if anyone could shoot that shot, it would be Curry. Because I mean, as soon as the ball released, you're thinking it's going to go in because it's Curry and he's wide open, you know. But, yeah, Curry somehow did get open out of bounds after the timeout was called. Like, I don't know how, but he got wide open and he missed. That was insane. I thought that shit was going in. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw Curry get a little sliver of room, and not even just a little sliver of room, he had a wide open shot. It was a great play design by Steve Kerr. But yeah, Curry got wide open and he missed. So yeah. But man, that game was great. The crowd, I posted it. The crowd that I heard from TV was the loudest I've ever heard since the Raptors championship run. And that crowd was insane. And man, the Kings during the regular season had a really packed crowd and really loud, but I've never heard the Kings crowd be that loud, you know? I've never heard it through the TV. I had to turn my volume down. Cuz after every shot they were screaming and yelling. And you know, that's what I say. NBA playoffs is better than any other sports' postseason. The close second is the NFL, and then the MLB after that. But man, the environment with the NBA playoffs is just so different. It's just so different. You can't replicate it. You can't replicate it, and I love it so much. It's my favorite time of the year. It's better than March Madness. I won't hear none about no damn March Madness. The NBA playoffs is the best postseason out of any sport, and it really showed with the first night of NBA playoff basketball because every game, other than the Celtics Hawks, we're just gonna act like that game never happened. Every game was absolutely fire, and it was entertaining to watch. And I don't think you could replicate that with any other sport other than the NFL and potentially the MLB. But anything other than that, get out of here. And yeah, it was really exciting. A great, great, great start to the postseason. There's games that come on today. So I'm gonna get this episode in early so I can get ready and watch those games. And watch the Blue Jays, who are on right now as we speak. So I'm gonna hurry up and get this thing over with. But let's talk about them Blue Jays, man. As of right now, they're sitting at 10-5. They play Game 3 against the Rays, and man, them boys are hot. They are hot. And my take about the Blue Jays and Yankees is looking real nice right now because as of today, Giancarlo Stanton is injured and going on the 10-day. And if you look at the Yankees lineup, it is banged up pitching wise. They are banged the hell up. And the last thing they needed is their bats to start getting injured. And it's already started with Giancarlo Stanton going on the 10-day. But back to the Blue Jays, man. They're the best hitting team in the MLB. They have one of the best rotations in the MLB when they perform. Kikuchi is playing really well, really good baseball right now, pitching really good baseball. If you look at his last start, I believe it was against the Angels. The last start before the one yesterday, April 15th. It was a really unfortunate game. Like, if you looked at the line, you'll be like, damn, he got rocked. But he did not. It was a really unfortunate game. Really unfortunate game. Ohtani hit a ball that was literally almost hitting him in the knee. I don't know how he hit that out. But in terms of him, Jose Barrios is coming off a great start. I know he got hit in the knee. Hopefully he is okay. I saw on Sportsnet that they said that it was nothing, just a bruise. Hopefully that is the case. But yeah, he pitched really well. I think he only gave up one run. He pitched really well. Kikuchi pitched really well yesterday. And, Manoah has not looked good to start the season, but he's going to get it together. Alex Manoah, one of the best pitchers in the MLB, so he's going to get his shit together. Kevin Gausman looks like the best pitcher in the AL right now, other than Garrett Cole, potentially, and maybe Shane McClanahan. But Kevin Gausman's pitching amazing. If Chris Bassett's coming off a really good start as well. I know if we talk about Chris Bassett, I can't ignore the start against the Cardinals where he got absolutely rocked in like the first 3 innings and they had to take him out. That was terrible to watch. But he's coming off a really, really good start. You know you're going to get from Bassett. You know you're going to get from Manoah. You know you're going to get from Kevin Gausman. It's all up to Jose Barrios and Yusei Kikuchi, man. And they're pitching really well, and the Blue Jays are sitting at 10-5, second in the AL, and they're only behind the fraudulent ass Tampa Bay Rays. And once we smack their ass today, we're proving that we are the best. We're the team to beat in the AL right now. We have the best bats in the AL, and we're pitching really well as of late. The bullpen is a lot better than it was last year. Eric Swanson is pitching really well. Jordan Romano is looking like one of the best closers in baseball, like he did last year. He's picked up right where he's left off. And the guys like Tim Meza are pitching really, really, really good as well. So there's really not too many flaws in the team as of right now. No injuries. Players are performing for the most part, and our record is showing it. And we're about to go in there, and we've just won a series against Tampa Bay Rays, who are undefeated in the highest team in baseball. So we neutralized them, and we're proving why those offseason moves we made and the offseason moves we made were a W, and that we're here. We're here, like Alex Manoah says. We're here. We are here. and we're young, fierce, and we're better than the Yankees. But neither here nor there. Let's go player by player. And my best take from my Blue Jays preview was Bo Bichette, man. I said Bo Bichette was going to have a good year. I saw how he finished the year last year, and I'm like, man, he finished off last year hot. And the thing about Bo Bichette is he's always had it. Like, he's always been a great hitter. He's led the league in hitting, I think, the last 2 years. Led the AL in hits the last 2 years. And he's going to do it again this year, it's looking like, as he leads the league in hits. Bro, the thing about Bo is he's not going to draw walks. Bo is not the guy who's going to be patient at the plate and wait for his pitch. He's going to hit what you throw. So if it's a little outside, he's going to swing at it, and he's going to pluck it down the line for a base hit or hit it over the shortstop's head, stuff like that. But the one thing that I really need to see or I've seen this year is the doubles and the home runs. I think he's hit 3 home runs or 3 or 2 home runs, and they've been bombs. So Bo Bichette is really coming to his own and showing that potential of what he can be. And I really think he's an MVP type player. We're going to need to talk about his defense a little bit because the errors are still there. But for the most part, it's been pretty clean at shortstop. He has a big arm, so sometimes he overthrows, and Vladdy has to bail him out and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of his hitting, nothing I can complain about. He's a beast, and him and Matt Chapman are fighting for Blue Jays MVP right now. So it's really nice to see. And you can get Matt Chapman. He's an absolute animal, man. He is not going to get cheated up at the dish. He hits for power. He hits for singles. He's somewhat fast, good sprint speed. Like, I don't know what. He's an A-plus defender, Gold Glove defender, I think 3 times. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know for sure. But there's nothing he can't do on the diamond, man. He's an absolute beast, and I love him. And he's about to make some money this offseason. Whether it's with the Blue Jays, I hope he stays, man. But whether it's with the Blue Jays or any other team, he's about to get a bag. But yeah, let's talk about my favorite player, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's an animal, man. He's hitting really well this year. The power, the home runs aren't there when you look at his stats. Like, the home runs aren't there. But he's drawing walks, he's pacing at the plate, and he's getting his pitch. He's hitting mostly singles right now. But he's getting on base, and that's what you want. Someone who can get on base. And he's getting on base either while it's through walks or little ropes down the line. Like, every time he hits the ball, it's hard, pretty much, for the most part, besides the little pop-ups when he tries to get under things and hit home runs. But this year, he is ripping the cover off the baseball. Even if it's a single, it's guaranteed a hit because of how hard he hits it. I think he's second behind Matt Chapman in exit velo, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's hitting the ball really, really hard, and it's really showing with his stats. But yeah, Dalton Varsho, that's my guy. Amazing defender in the outfield for someone who's like only played the outfield for 2 or 3 years. So he's like relatively new to the position, but it looks like he's played it his entire life. He made an amazing catch at the wall, like a jumping off 1 foot catch off the wall yesterday. But yeah, he's an animal, and I've been really impressed with how he's just come through and this, like, he really fits the build of the team. He's fast, hits for contact, not so much against lefties. He's not very good lefty, but righty-lefty, I'm really not worried with him at the plate. And he draws a lot of walks. And yeah, he's fast. So him on base, he's a threat to score first to third or first from home, second to home. So yeah, he's a really good player. And I know he's a little bit old for someone who's been in the majors for like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this play. I really like how he's doing. George Springer is a beast. You know you're gonna get from Springer, best leadoff hitter in baseball. So he's gonna do his thing up there. But yeah, I'm really excited for this team, and we're about what 2 weeks into the season, 2 to 3 weeks into the season, and the Blue Jays are proving me right, and I love to see that. They're already better than the Yankees, and we play them. I think tomorrow. No, we play the Astros. We have a tough stretch actually. Looking at the Blue Jays schedule right now, we play in Houston, which is tough. It's Houston, so you're gonna play. I know they've been struggling a little bit this year, but Houston is Houston. So we play Houston a series. We get a day off. Then we go to the Bronx and play the Yankees, and then we go White Sox, Mariners, and then after that we play really sucky teams like the Braves, Pirates, and yeah. But yeah, this is going to be a really big test. So this is a start of a really interesting stretch for the Blue Jays. We have contenders in the Astros and Yankees. The two best teams in the AL, in my opinion, are Yankees, Astros. Other than the Blue Jays, in my opinion, I think the Blue Jays are second, but that's me being a Blue Jays stan. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting, and I hope we come through. But other than the other teams, the Angels, they're all right. Who else in the AL should the Blue Jays be worried about? The Rays, but I'm not going to judge those first, I don't know, 13 games they won in a row because they didn't play nobody. So I want to see them against real competition. And the first time we're seeing against real competition is the Blue Jays, and they're not playing too well. But yeah, the Twins are looking really good. They play the Yankees right now. Garrett Cole's on the bump. I think Pablo Lopez is pitching for them. But yeah, they lost yesterday. Hopefully they get a dub today. Yeah, the Guardians look all right. They lost a series to the Yankees. I think it was 2-3. So yeah, I'm really interested in this Blue Jays Yankee series. Hopefully the Blue Jays come through. But I don't have too much to say about it because it hasn't happened yet. So let's see. And I don't know who's pitching those games. So yeah. Astros, Yankees are next. But yeah. Oh, one more thing before I head out. It's going to be a little quick episode. Let's talk about my Toronto Raptors, man. Let's talk about my Toronto Raptors. They played the Chicago Bulls in the play-in. And Jesus Christ. That was an absolute embarrassment. The amount of missed free throws, the amount of Fred VanVleet plays, the amount of just idiotic rotations from Nick Nurse. Like, I love Gary Trent. That's my guy. But why the hell is he out there when he's not doing shit? He's not doing anything, and he's not a threat to any part of the Bulls. They just let him shoot because he was throwing up bricks all game. Like, I love Gary. Gary's one of my favorite players, but if he's not playing well, why is he out there? You know what I mean? Like, why is he out there when he's not helping? He's not playing. He wasn't playing good defense, and he wasn't hitting threes. And if you watch Gary Trent, that's all he does. As of right now, that's all he does. He's a 3-and-D type of guy, and he wasn't doing any of that. And Fred VanVleet got caught fire in the first quarter and thought, oh, hero ball time. Hero ball time. Let me just chuck up fucking threes from the logo and shit. Like, man. If I'm the GM, if I'm Masai Ujiri, Nick Nurse, get the fuck up out my roster. Or get the fuck away from my roster. And Fred VanVleet, get the fuck off my roster. Because you're a bum-ass nigga, bro. You're bummy as fuck. Get off my team. And this fucking clown to come out in the media and say, oh, this team needs more maturity. Hopefully some players grow up and hopefully it'll come with time. Like, shut your dumb ass up. Shut up. If you were actually good and you actually put up a good effort and played well, then maybe you can talk. I'm talking about the entire season. Then maybe you can talk about players' maturity. But when you aren't doing well and you're shitting on other players and talking about them, like, get out of here with that shit, bro. You're terrible. And you're out here talking like you're that guy and you run this team, bro. Like, stop. You're trash, bro. And you lost us that game in the fourth quarter. Like, Oh my god, dude. I was so frustrated after that game. Man, I need Fred VanVleet up out of there, bro. And honestly, I'm not sure what Masai Ujiri does with the team because I thought he was going to blow it up during the deadline, and he should have blown it up during the deadline because this is what happened, and we would have had a better draft pick if that was the case. But damn, bro, this team is like it's not in a good place. Not in a good place. We're like really weird as a team because we're like in between. Like we want to compete, but we're just not good enough. But we've had this core for so long that Masai wants to keep it together, and it's embarrassing. Like it's really embarrassing how he's doing this roster right now. But man, fucking hell, bro, I'm so done with this team. I tired. I was so tired of watching it the entire year, and the fact that that's our last game and potentially the last game as a core four, what of Fred, Pascal, Gary, and OG is really, really bad. Really, really bad. So yeah, quite unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? But yeah, let's talk about an actual playoff teams here. We got some games today. We have Lakers, Memphis. I think Memphis wins this game. I hope Memphis wins this game, LeBron K. But yeah, I hope Memphis wins. We got Milwaukee, Miami. I think Milwaukee dog walks the Heat. And then we have Lakers. I mean, not like Clippers. Clippers, Suns. And I think if PG is able to come back at a reasonable time, then maybe we'll make it a series. But I think the Suns are the best team in the playoffs right now. And yeah, just Kawhi isn't going to do it. Kawhi, Norman Powell, and Russ is not going to get it done. And then we have Minnesota, Denver, which I think is going to be a closer series than what people think because the Timberwolves match up really well against the Nuggets. So we'll see. It just depends on how they play. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be back next week, and I mean it this time. So yeah, consistency will be back, and I'll catch y'all later.